Well, hello, everyone. This is Adrienne. And if you're a private practice owner, navigating through the world of insurance contracts, whether you're kind of on the fence or you're waiting to be credentialed with your first plan, or you're kind of already billing, you already know that signing on that dotted line with that contract, that's only the beginning. And so once you're in contract, and the word is contract, with an insurance plan, it's time for you to get some critical information. And so that's what this video is about today. Let's talk about some things you need to know from the insurance company. It's very tempting once you're credentialed and the insurance company says, oh, great, you're good to go, to get on the phone, because a lot of times you have people waiting, right, for you to get credentialed with that plan, or you just want to build your private practice. I remember those days. But if you slow down just for a second, take a breath, and get some of this critical information, it really does make the process of billing much easier. So this is a YouTube video, right? But I'm also a speech language pathologist, so I made a little presentation. So bear with me while I share my screen. And let's talk about the essential information you need from the insurance company. All right. So you do, and let me just say this about insurance. Questions that you think are dumb questions are not dumb at all. Ask all the questions to your provider rep, to the contact that you get on the phone, because it just needs to happen. All right. And so, first of all, you need to make sure that you are indeed credentialed. This is important for you, but it's also important for your any therapist that you're credentialing. You might ask about your official addition to their provider directory. When is my name and number going to hit that directory? Also, if you were anything like I was in the building stage, I was doing a million things. You just do want to confirm that contact information. All right. And then you want to ask them, how do I know that I'm fully credentialed to see patients? Again, if they sent you a letter, you're like, I already have the letter. Just ask it again. All right. And then also ask them if there's any other necessary paperwork, and clarify if there are any timelines that you need to meet with regarding that paperwork. Okay. And so that's credentialing. So if you've gotten the letter, you're probably credentialed. But the next thing you need to do is verify your fee schedule. And so don't tell anyone, but in a past life, when I first started signing insurance contracts, I would kind of just go on what my friends said, right? Like what they said I got paid. Remember, an insurance contract is a contract. So request a copy of the fee schedule. A lot of times, because everything's online, you may get, hey, this is the link for it. Make sure you take the time to find the fee schedule. All right. And then also double check that what you signed and what the fee schedule is correct. Hint, insurance companies make mistakes, and it's up to you to call them out on it. And then you also want to understand the fee limitations. So ask, are there any restrictions or limitations to this fee schedule? A lot of times, some plans say, hey, you can't see a kid more than 4 units a week or 1 hour a week. So you want to know that before you start recommending things or putting things on your plan of care that you'll want to abide by, but still want to get reimbursed for. And then if you have any concerns, this is the time to ask that. One of the most important things you can do is ask and get clarity on billing guidelines. So here are 4 things you'll need to ask. Modifier requirements. Do specific, know your codes, know your CPT codes. For my SLPs, my speech language pathologists, hey, 92507 is a very common code we use. Does this need a modifier? You know the codes that you probably are billing. For OTs, it could be 97532. make sure you know your eval codes, you know your treatment codes. 97710 is another OT code. Does it need a modifier? Also, what are my claim submission timelines? Remember, you are probably grinding, you're probably working really hard. So when I was solo, one of the first things that fell by the wayside is my billing. And so we need billing and we need it accurate for good cash flow. And so you need to know, what are the timelines? Do I have 90 days? Do I have 180 days? Some insurance companies give you a full year. All right, that's important for that, but it's also important for appealing denied claims. So here's the thing. Even the best biller in the world gets a denied claim for whatever reason. But you want to know the process for appealing and resubmitting those claims. All right. And what's the timeline for that? Because especially for me in the beginning, man, I had so many denied claims and it started to make me feel overwhelmed. And sometimes when I feel overwhelmed, I just stick my head in the sand. But when there's money on the line, we don't want to do that. So know what your timeline is. So either you can reach out and get help, you can reach out to your provider rep, and then you would know what to do. All right. And then electronic billing. So here's the thing. You want to know and you want to ask the person that you've got on the phone or email, is there a portal for electronic billing? If you have an EMR, electronic medical record, Simple Practice, Clinic Source, I use Simplify, or not, because you don't have to be a private practice owner, right? If you're in the stage, you're like, I have a caseload for me, I don't need an EMR. You don't need one. A lot of times, a lot of insurance companies will have a portal that you can use to bill, to verify insurance, things like that. And so it really eliminates the need for an electronic medical record. I will say, once you kind of get the hang of billing through your EMR, it is quite simple. All right. But some plans don't have a portal. You're finding fewer and fewer, but they may not have a portal. They may still want paper claims, or they may have their own software. Availity, sometimes it's not their own, but a lot will use Availity. And now there's like a paid version of Availity. So then you have to decide, do I want to pay for this to get all that will include, or do I want to just try to do it on my own, or is it time for the EMR? A lot of times, and this is just a tip from one practice owner to another, sometimes we're so busy trying to save money, we don't recognize the time that the cost is saving us. So if the EMR costs $50 a month, but you could do your billing in 30 minutes, that's a huge savings from, I have to do everything by hand and it takes me 4 hours a week to do. So you have to start to kind of weigh those kinds of costs. Although in the beginning, I recognize and remember, man, $50, $100 seems like, and it is still a lot of money, right? And then the last thing you want to know is you need to understand patient eligibility. Every patient that comes through your door or DMs you or calls you to make an appointment that has insurance, no matter how nice or how knowledgeable they seem to be, you need to verify benefits for yourself. All right. So when you have this person on the phone, your contact, your provider rep from the insurance company, and usually when you are first like on a plan or contracted with a plan, someone's going to reach out to you, or you can reach out to the insurance company. But a lot of companies will assign you a provider rep, a provider representative. And so make sure you ask this person, how do I verify patient eligibility and benefits? And do I have access to real-time benefit information? Remember last slide, we talked about using a portal to bill. You can also, in many cases, use that same portal to verify a patient and patient insurance information. You just need to know that if it's in real time or not. All right. And then another great question is, who am I going to reach out to for billing or claims if I have a question? Get to know your provider rep. The first time you talk to your provider rep should not be when you're ready to negotiate your prices. And we should all negotiate it at some point. But when you have questions, you want to be top of mind on that person, just like you want to be top of mind when doctors are referring out for therapy. You want to be the same way with your provider reps. So they are busy, and a lot of times when you reach out, they will not automatically reach back. So you sometimes have to be the squeaky wheel, but you want to get to know them. And one thing that is often missed in my coaching, in my mentoring, a lot of us are not asking about pre-authorization, and that applies for Medicaid plans. But it also applies for our commercial plans, our Uniteds, our Cignas, things like that. So you want to ask, does this code need prior authorization? And just another hint, say you're a Medicaid provider and there are managed plans under that one Medicaid umbrella. Each plan could have different pre-authorization requirements. So don't hesitate to ask each and every time for each and every plan. Make yourself a cheat sheet if you want. Hey, do I need pre-authorization for an evaluation? Do I need pre-authorization for the treatment? You want to get to know that, because the worst thing, and I've done this before, it's like the most gut-wrenching feeling when you see a child and they were supposed to have been pre-authorized. So just know that that's what you should do. Also, with any phone call with an insurance company, be sure that you get a reference number. You get a reference number for the call and start to log it. I highly suggest, I'm not the most organized person, but Google Docs have been my friend, spreadsheets have been my friend, just so you can start to kind of track your talks and your communication with the insurance company. Well, that's all for today. Now, these questions and this information might seem a little bit overwhelming at first, but if you get these answers up front, guys, it's going to save you time, money, overwhelm, stress, and frustration. So if you found this video helpful, go ahead, like and subscribe. I would love that. Um, I've been where you are, and I just want to get the word out and make videos that I wish someone had made for me. So if you found this helpful, let me know in the comments. Also, if you have any other questions about running a private practice or scaling one or hiring, hey, put them down in the chat below and share this with someone that you think might benefit from this information. Well, that's all. I hope you have a great day, evening, whenever you're consuming this content. Until next video, bye.